Hi Yogesh, how are you?
Very well, Shagun. How are you?
I'm good, Yogesh. Thank you for joining us today, and I'm so grateful for your time and energy.
Thank you so much for having me.
Just want to give a little bit background about Yogesh to the viewers. So Yogesh is the number one best-selling author and entrepreneur and the founder of the Happy New Year Way. It's an organization that helps people find their passion and live fulfilling lives. Through his seminars and workshops, he's helped a lot of companies, Fortune 500 companies, and different other organizations to become more successful in their lives. He's been featured in many media houses, and he's done his master's degree from the University of Mumbai, where he was facilitated with a distinguished alumni. So many congratulations on that, Yogesh. Lots of
Thank you so
achievements your way, and I think that really inspires our audience.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Yogesh, today we are going to mainly talk about your book. The second edition, I've read the first one. So, the second edition, what is it different about the first one and your journey? Because you started from a very humble background. So, how has it been for you starting from the scratch and then building your own entrepreneurial journey?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Shagun. It's a pleasure being here, and hi to all your viewers and your listeners. I mean, the new edition is out of Succeed the Happy Owner Way. Uh, the first edition which came out, I was speaking to somebody recently, and I decided to write Succeed the Happy Owner Way when I had my son. And when you have a newborn baby, you don't get a lot of sleep at night. So, with a newborn baby, anybody, who's had a kid or know of kids, or
Hmm.
if yeah, everybody's been a kid, so you could ask your parents how was it, when you were a kid. So they don't sleep. So I remember sitting at 2 in the night, and sleep is interrupted, and I said, "This is a great time. It's a beautiful time. Let me make the most of the time and share some of the principles, some of the strategies, some of the techniques, which I have developed and I
Hmm.
have shared with so many people through our program, through our seminars, into a book or a system." So I would sit at 2 in the night and just write. And I said, I'll give myself 30 days to share this knowledge, which is over 20, 25 years. And that's what Succeed the Happy Owner Way is. It breaks down all the principles, right from creating a vision for yourself. Because
Yeah.
our mental vision,
Mhm.
I mean, if you study anything in the East, in India, in China, in Japan, or even, in the West, your mental vision matters. So right from there, but how do just having a vision is not enough.
Yeah.
How do you convert that into definite plans? There's something which I call DIG, DIG, which is deep inner goals,
Okay.
or I have updated that to dharmic inner goals, in line with your dharma. So, how do you take that? Taking action. So that's what the book is, Succeed the Happy Owner Way. And at the same time, it's also about living in balance,
Hmm.
living in harmony with your friends, with your environment, with society, with your loved one, your relationships, your physical health. So I
Hmm.
think all of that is what it is. And I had a lot of fun. So any of you in the audience who has kids and don't get sleep at night, and at night you don't get calls, you don't get a
Hmm.
lot of interruptions. So just focused energy on anything is great.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people wake up after having kids. I've heard a lot of people waking up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. just so they can get a big chunk of time, which is for their own self. Because once the
Yeah.
kids wake up, it's you don't get time for yourself at all. And I have a
You,
3-year-old, 5-year-old, so I can totally connect.
oh, okay. Yeah. My son is 5 now, and he sleeps at night. So the second edition, the new edition, just has a new preface and a little of updates. It's a little updated.
Okay.
We give access now. You get access through the book, through some
Hmm.
of our online programs which we have developed. So there are special codes where you can get
Yeah.
access to some of our online programs, because not
Right.
everybody can attend live. I mean, live, I love it. We have 500,000 people coming in. We have retreats. I love the energy when it's live,
Hmm.
but sometimes people can't travel or all of that. So you get access to some of our things online, and then you experience it, you implement it, you see the benefit, and then you say, okay, now I'll go for the live program. So that's what it is.
Yes, sounds good, Yogesh. So, in your book, Success the Happiness Way, Yogesh, you have mentioned about the importance of dreams and how to convert them into inner goals so you can succeed in life. So, what is the importance of having goals and how are the inner goals different from goals in general?
So I'll tell you, Shagun, you see, all of us, I believe all of us are here for a higher purpose. I mean, even the fact that you and me are having this conversation, millions and trillions of possibilities could have been there, but somehow, for some reason, you and me are having this conversation. And for some reason, similarly, somebody right now is listening to this conversation, whatever reason. And if you create your dreams are basically reflections or projections of how you want your life to be. So
Hmm.
that's why you have certain dreams. Now, it's not enough to just have a dream, because if you just have a dream and you don't act on it, if you don't convert it into a systematic goal, if you don't really follow it, in fact, it creates a lot more frustration, it creates a lot more anxiety, it creates a lot more stress, it creates a lot more resentment, it creates a lot more anger, because in your head, things are supposed to be a certain way, and you have energy, right? Everybody has energy. So when I talk about deep inner goals, or I'll make it very simple. Imagine you're a lion. You're a
Hmm.
lion. Imagine you're a lion in the jungle. Now, if you are a lion in the jungle, you're born in the jungle. What is your dharma? What is your dharma? If you are a lion in the jungle, what is like your primary? What
Just
what is it?
surviving, survival.
Surviving, you could say survival, and we look at it as survival, but one of the things might be that your role is to hunt. Your role is to hunt
Absolutely.
for
Yeah.
deer. Your role is to hunt for the animals, deer or bison or whatever.
For your family
Now,
and
for yourself first, because if you are hungry,
yeah.
you can't, and for your family, both, for both. Now, imagine somebody comes and tells the lion, become a vegetarian or become a vegan,
Hmm.
because that is the new thing. Now, that will be going against the dharma of the lion. So the lion wouldn't be fulfilled. Imagine somebody picks up that lion and puts that lion in a cage in New York, in Chicago. You were in Chicago, puts them in a cage in Kolkata, in Mumbai, in Shanghai, in Paris, and gives them everything. Gives the lion food, gives the lion water. There are no hunters. Still, the lion has energy, and the lion won't be happy,
Hmm.
because the lion's dharma or role is to be out in nature, to hunt. And again, if the lion doesn't follow his dharma, it goes against the natural cycle. So if a
Hmm.
lion stops hunting for deer, the number of deer become more. The deer eat up the grass and the trees, and global warming happens. It affects the forest. So the lion needs to follow its dharma, and every morning the lion will have a goal. What will the goal be? Today I'll hunt for deer.
Hmm.
Again, the goal of the lion is very specific. The lion will not hunt for rabbits.
Yeah. True.
Because the reason is, if a lion chases a rabbit, even if the lion catches the rabbit, the energy spent in chasing the rabbit doesn't fulfill the energy it gets from the rabbit. Similarly, every human being, each one of us, has our true nature. That is what we call dharma. It
Hmm.
is what our nature is. For example, let us say I am there, okay? And you tell me, Yogesh, I will give you $500 million. Become a surgeon. No,
Hmm.
I will still not be fulfilling my dharma,
Right.
because that is not true to my nature. I
Yeah.
don't enjoy the process. Even if you give me $1 billion, and let us say I start visualize, oh, $1 billion, I can do so much. I can buy a jet, I can buy a mansion, I can build a rocket to Mars.
Hmm.
Let me become a surgeon. Even if I become a surgeon, I will not enjoy the process, because it is not true to my nature.
Nature.
But if somebody is a surgeon and say, become Yogesh Chabria, you
Hmm.
know, again, you will get fame, you will get glory, you will get money, you will get power, you will get whatever. Still, the surgeon will not be happy, because if you speak to the best surgeons, they enjoy the process of surgery. For
Hmm.
me, how can he enjoy the process of surgery? But he enjoys it, going inside the human body, cutting open the skin,
Right. Right.
fixing.
Hmm.
Now, for me, it is not something enjoyable. So both So each one has their own dharma.
Yeah.
You know, you look at a musician, you look at A.R. Rahman, for example.
Mm-hmm.
A.R. Rahman's dharma is music.
Yeah.
Now, if A.R. Rahman did anything else, firstly, A.R. Rahman would be poorer. And the world would be poorer because we would miss out on great music. We would
Exactly.
miss out on the
Exactly.
world would be poor. So similarly, each one of us, each one of you has your own dharma. And if you don't follow your dharma, the world will be poorer because
Yeah.
you are meant to do a certain thing. So the first thing is discover this. Because the moment you discover it, you will start enjoying the process.
Yes.
For me, I enjoy the process. You know, I enjoy the process of doing this. Whether I make money, whether I become famous, it doesn't matter. But
Mm-hmm.
the first thing is I enjoy the process of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And this starts by not comparing with others.
Yeah.
Because the moment you compare, you feel bad.
Yeah.
And in today's world, people are always comparing.
Always
You know, on
comparing.
social media, this person has more comments, this person has more likes, this person has more followers. How does it matter? Because it's unending. This person has more money, this person has a bigger car, this person has a bigger house, this person has a better wife, this person has a better husband, this person has better kids. So the moment you compare, it's unending.
Mm-hmm.
Because always there will be, let us say you're the richest man in the world, let us say, yeah? But there it's possible somebody is healthier than you. It is
Yeah.
possible somebody has better relationships than you. It is possible somebody has a better quality of life than you. You know,
Yeah.
uh, you might have all the food in the world, but it is possible somebody has better digestion than you.
Yeah.
So you might have a huge bedroom, you know, with an attached jacuzzi overlooking the sea, but it is possible somebody gets better sleep than you. So stop comparing and simply do what you're meant to do. Do your dharma. Do it with honesty. Do it with love. Do it with dedication. Do it with devotion. And so the first thing is figure out what your dharma is.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, imagine there's a race. Imagine there is a race between a fish and a bird.
Yes.
There's a race on who flies better.
Mm-hmm.
And the fish is trying to compete with the bird to fly better. The fish will be unhappy because the fish is not supposed to fly. Even the other way, imagine a bird races with a fish who swims better. The bird will be unhappy because the fish is meant to swim, and both are unique in their own way. So
Absolutely.
that is what people need to realize first. Once you realize it, things start changing.
Yeah. So, Yogesh, I prepared a video on this topic, finding your dharma, which I called it as career sweet spot. So, where your
Yes.
natural abilities lie, what what interests you, and what you can be paid for. And when the
Very
intersection of all the three things happen, that becomes your career sweet spot. But then I was talking to a friend who lives in Hyderabad. She's doing very well in her life, and she's earning well for her family. But then she said that she's extremely miserable because she says that she's good at her job, but that's not what her passion is. She doesn't enjoy that much, and she was crying on the phone. So I told her to watch the video because you have to identify, and that will only come with self awareness. That only you can find about yourself, like what you're naturally good at and what is something that really interests you and what the market can pay you for. And I see a lot of people who are miserable and in those jobs which either their natural abilities don't lie or something that doesn't interest them. So what would you like to tell to those people, because there's so many I see around?
So, Shagun, this happens many times. So you could be good at a particular thing, okay? But not necessarily that will be your job or your career. There are many things you could be good at, okay?
Hmm.
What and also it depends with time. Our roles change, right? For example, let us make it very simple. Let us say I'm very good at writing the alphabet.
Yeah.
Assuming, not that I am, maybe, So
Hmm.
I know A to Z. Actually, I didn't know the order of A to Z till the eighth grade. So I didn't know what came first, whether C came first or E came first, But that's another story. But assume I know the alphabet from A to Z. When
Hmm.
you're a small girl or a small boy, in KG or first standard, you will enjoy the process. Oh, I'm good at, I learned the alphabet. But
Hmm.
after some time, if somebody tells you, Shagun, just keep writing the alphabet, we'll pay you. Do you enjoy it? Now, if somebody tells you, Shagun, we'll pay you money every day, please just write the alphabet. Will you enjoy it?
No.
You will not enjoy it because you're not challenging yourself. You are not growing. And the reason this happens is because the person is feeling unhappy because they feel they are stagnated. They are not growing. So they might be making money. But after a certain point, money is not the only thing. You want to be
Yeah.
excited. You want to be challenged. You want to learn. You want to grow. There is an excitement that comes, the adventure of life. But if every day you learn only ABC, 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 you will become a master at ABC, but you want to do something more. You want to learn words. So you learn words. What are the words you learn? CAT, cat, BAT, bat. But after some time, you again learn that every day somebody tells you, Shagun, please write cat, bat, cat, bat. You will get bored. Then you go to sentences. But again, after sentences, you get bored. You go to paragraphs. Again, after paragraphs, you get bored. You go to pages.
Yeah.
After pages, you get bored. Then you want to read books. So that is what it is. So many times, the reason is because you're not growing. You're not learning. So what you need to do is go on an adventure. And that adventure could be with your work, with your life. Uh, take up something new, because that newness, where you are saying, oh, and in today's world, you need it also.
Yeah.
With artificial intelligence, I mean, if you see the latest version of Chat GPT-4, you can ask a question, go out and you ask a question, what sort of jobs do you think AI will replace? Ask it to the AI and you
Yeah.
will get a list of jobs. So that means, it is also, you basically, I believe, the universe and you're communicating. So when you are not feeling happy in what you're doing, it's also a sign. That means it's
Yeah.
time for you to grow.
Yeah.
It means it's a time for you to move out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because still you don't move out of your comfort zone. If you're always in your comfort zone, you're not growing.
Yeah.
So that's why all our programs, I mean, you could check out some of our online programs. It's about getting you out of your comfort zone and going on an adventure. And
Yeah.
when you go on an adventure, anytime you start something new, the first time you went to Chicago, for example, it's an adventure. It's exciting. Your heart is beating faster. You're thinking, is this going to work out? Is this not going to work out? How do I figure out things? When you land up to a new city, you want to meet new friends, how to handle things, how to pay your phone bill, how to open a bank account. It's an adventure. How to get your papers done, how to get the formalities done. Sometimes you even get frustrated. Everything is terrible. Why is there so much paperwork?
Yeah.
Back home it wasn't this way. That's all. It's
Uh-huh.
an adventure. But if you start enjoying that adventure, life becomes fun. If you look back at your moments, some of your toughest moments might have taught you something.
Yeah. But sometimes it doesn't become as adventurous if you're in a later stage of your life, Yogesh. Suppose you have worked for 5 years in a job profile and you've climbed up the ladder from there on. And then after 5 years, you feel that this is not what I'm supposed to do. I'm just at the wrong place in the wrong job profile. And then you want to switch. You know where you want to switch, but that means starting from the scratch. So do you suggest that people should do that or find out interesting ways of making their current job interesting?
See, Shagun, I never, it is like I am not a doctor to tell you what to do. So I never tell people what to do, what not to do, because I believe each one of us, each one of you knows deep within what you need to do.
Yeah.
And, there is no standard thing that, oh, Yogesh told me quit my job, so I quit my job. Yogesh told me to, it's not that. People have the ability to think for themselves. But uh, if, for example, in your head you have this idea, let me try out something new, done
Mm-hmm.
well. uh, there are systematic ways in which you can proceed. There
Yeah.
are systematic ways, so you can prepare yourself. Okay, let us say, you have worked for 10 years in your life, for example.
Yeah.
Okay? And I believe jobs are great. I don't tell people go and quit your job or don't. It's great whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
as long as you believe you are enjoying the process, you are contributing. But let us say you want to quit your job, for example. You feel, okay, there is no right or wrong age. You look at so many cases. You look at, for example, Hotel Leela. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
great properties, great hotel. I love their hospitality. So Captain Nair, for example,
Mm-hmm.
the founder of Hotel Leela,
Yeah.
or you know like the leader who took it ahead, he was around 60 when he started. He was from the defense forces. So he started right now. The main thing is your ego. Your ego stops you. Your ego says, I am this person. I have 10 people working for me. I have a team of 20. How can I start from scratch? How can I do my own photocopying? How can I make my own tea? How can I call people? How can I ask for work? But your ego stops you. So for you to go on an adventure, you need to overcome your ego. I'll share another thing. Somebody was telling me from the film industry. They were telling me that they are in the film industry. Once they got a phone call, and on the phone call, there's somebody. He says, "Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan," in the same voice. Can you give me work? And this person was shocked because Amitabh Bachchan is a star. He says, "No, you're joking. This can't be Amitabh Bachchan calling." He says, "No, I really need work." And this was a time in his phase. He said, "No, I've grown up watching you. You are a top actor. I've seen some of your movies." He said, "No, I am really Amitabh Bachchan and I'm looking for work." And this was a phase in Mr. Amitabh Bachchan's life when he was about to give up his house. He didn't have money. He'd started a business. He'd lost his money. In a few days, they would have taken away his house. His children would be on the street. His wife would be on the street. So what does he do? He picks up the phone and he calls everybody he knows. He says, "Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan. I need work. Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan. I need work. Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan. I need work." And he made so many calls. Can you think a man, who's been in the top movies, acted with the most beautiful actresses, an icon, right? Everybody in the world knows him. And now he doesn't have money and he's making these calls. Now imagine his mental state. He has to overcome his ego. He has to overcome his ego. Why? Not just for himself, for his family, for his kids. And he does it. And he makes those calls. And somebody says, I can't give you a movie, but I can give you work in TV. Now, until that day, no big movie star has worked in TV. If you work in TV, that means your career is over, right?
Right.
Again, he has to make a decision, an adventurous decision. Does he accept going into TV? Because it's not the movies, it's a small screen. But he has to again overcome his ego. And he says, yes, I'm going to do it. I might have worked, but now I have to do this. And he says yes. And he does a show, you must be knowing the name of the show. Everybody would have seen it. Kaun Banega Crorepati, based on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And that show becomes a rage. It becomes a rage. And he gives his everything to the show. He doesn't come half-hearted. I know people, my wife, my sister, they have been to the show. He comes and he does it. He does it, like he loves it.
Yeah, right.
He does it with devotion. He does it with dedication. He puts his soul. He puts everything into the show. He doesn't say, "I'm doing this just for the money." No, he does it the way he's doing everything. That show becomes a rage. Even today, I mean, more than 20 years, he's still an icon. And in fact, that was a blessing in disguise because other actors from his generation are not so relevant. But today, he still is very relevant. People love him. So what was a challenge that time is actually a gift today.
Yes.
Other actors, younger actors than him couldn't handle the show. So he still did it. So if you look at life this way, the biggest thing stopping people is their ego. The moment you let go of your ego, we are all one. We are part of this vast universe. And if you look at the vast universe, we are here for a fleeting moment. But for this fleeting moment that we are here, why don't we give it our best? Why don't we go full out and do whatever we're going to do? Right now, I'm having this conversation with you. I'm just here with you because I enjoy this process. But if I'm distracted, I'm looking at my phone. People have conversations, they're looking at their phone.
It
doesn't work. When you are at your dinner table, instead of speaking to your partner, your parents, your kids, your wife, your grandparents, if you are distracted, you're neither there, you're neither here. So be in the moment. Become aware. Life is a beautiful gift.
I mean,
so if you want to go on an adventure, you want to go on an adventure, go on an adventure right now.
The energies that you give to another person is important, not the time. Maybe I spend 2 hours with you, but if I'm on the phone and I'm spending just 10 minutes of my attention, then that's only 10 minutes of energy instead of 2 hours of time.
Absolutely.
So Yogesh, a brilliant example. I think we all can relate to him. We all have seen his success and failures. And when we look at any person, we just look at his successes. But that really happens with trials and errors and failures after failures after failures. Um, I mean, Starbucks is one of the biggest example of too many revisions and too many failures until what it is today. Um, my next question, Yogesh, is I went to a seminar 2 months ago, and the speaker was the president of the Aditya Birla Group. He said something that really captured my mind, and he said that uh, you cannot control your beginning in the family that you're born, or your surroundings, or your religion, things like that. But you can absolutely control the ending of your life, how you want to end your life, how do you want the second half of your life to be. So I could relate it to your story itself because you're from a very humble background. So I wanted to know, how has it been for you to climb up and to start your own company and become so successful in that?
Shagun, I think, again, I go back. I think everything that happens to us, you can look at it as a gift or a curse. And I believe growing up, the fact that we didn't have a lot of money was actually a blessing because it encouraged me to do so many things, to use my mind, to learn, to have this inner desire to learn and grow.
Mm.
So probably, if I was born very rich, I might not have sold toys when I was 5 years old. Probably I would not have been so fascinated with learning and growth.
Yeah,
Probably. I see parents, they give everything to their kids. Sometimes I think that makes the person lethargic. Sometimes that kills the hunger, the passion, the desire to learn and grow. So I think everything we have, we can look at it as a gift or a curse. I like to look at it as a gift. And one thing that has really helped me is I'm very hungry to learn, and I enjoy the process of learning. And I'm also very excited to implement and try out. If I learn something, if you tell me some new technique, something new, I say, okay, let me try it out.
yeah,
So, and I'm very playful. I'm like a child at heart. So, I think that works. Many times, I mean, when you are doing anything, people will try to, sometimes people say bad things, sometimes people make fun of you. But at heart, I'm like a child, so it doesn't really matter to me. And I like to be playful about things. So that's what it is. We just do what we are meant to do. And uh, the other things are probably a byproduct. It's like
mm,
if you take a couple of seeds, I believe we can learn a lot from nature. Just take a couple of seeds right now, wherever you are, plant it in a pot, whatever,
mm,
plant it in a pot, in a nice pot, whatever. You can take even rajma if you have some dal or just plant
mm,
some of them in a pot and just follow a process where you water them every day, let them get sunlight and take care of them.
mm,
Don't think about anything else. Just do that every single day. Don't think about, oh, how many beans will I get? What will I get? Don't think about that. And soon you will realize you're getting beans, and soon you'll realize you're getting a lot more beans than you need, that you have to share it.
yeah,
And that is that is how it is. That's if you want to study life, study nature, and that's
yeah,
how it is. Just keep doing good over and over and over and over again. I believe in the theory of karma, which is universal. Again, karma has nothing to do with any religion. Anybody who does good, if you keep doing good, good comes to you. If you don't do good, if I'm bad to people in my neighborhood, I abuse my neighbors, I fight with them, I'm always angry, that's what I'll get back. Even when I'm driving the car, right? When you're driving the car, you see some people, they're so agitated, angry, honking, abusing. If you drive that way, the first impact is on you because you have a lot of anger. But if you're cool,
yeah,
maybe I'm cool. I let people walk past. I slow down. In Mumbai, people get surprised. Desi, I say, no, no, please cross the road. And I feel they wave at me, and at most I might be spending 1 minute extra, probably.
yeah,
But the whole process becomes joyful.
yeah,
So on this journey, whatever it is, and everything good that has happened in my life has been from helping people, from sharing. Even the book, you put the
mm,
screensaver back. The
yeah,
first book mine started, I was just helping a friend of mine, and the book happened. I was
yeah,
just trying to help somebody. So I think just you start helping somebody, start doing good, start learning. I believe learning. Uh, when you start learning, it helps you in every area of your life. So just start learning, just start doing good, and make it a process. Like the
yeah,
plant. It's a process. Don't water it too much. Every day water it. So these processes are what is important. And
Yeah.
in today's world, information is there. You
Yeah.
already have a lot of
Lot of
information.
information.
Lot of information. So in fact, today our programs reduce the information you get. If I tell you, there are 10,000 books, go and figure it out, it's tough. And during our programs, our online program, what we reduce it. We say, no, this is all you need to figure out.
Yeah.
So information is not the thing. It is what you get and how you apply.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, today's age is so different. If you want to learn something, YouTube is there, Instagram is there, and also there's information overload. There's also distraction from so
I'll
much of
tell you
information.
the challenge with Instagram or YouTube many times is you get sucked into this loop where you're watching videos, where you're scrolling through content, but at the end of 1 hour, you feel empty. You feel worse because it is not focused.
Yes.
Instead, I don't do that because there's so much. Instead, I
Mhm.
will tell something, have a dedicated approach. What is a dedicated approach? Go and buy a book, any book, which you want to learn on. Because when you do that, or I have a subscription to Audibles. Okay, so I
Mhm.
listen to a book which is 14 hours. Say, I want to listen to a biography. So
Yeah.
14 or 15 hours now. I am plugged into that person.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to the last book I heard was the biography of Will Smith, for example, Will. Now
Yeah.
for 15 hours, I'm immersed, so I listen. So with your Instagram, it is 30 seconds or 1 minute. With YouTube, so YouTube is still good. You have some good content. But I think if you have a focused approach,
Hmm.
and also I believe in investing. Because the moment you invest, so you go and spend that money, you
Hmm.
enroll in that program,
Yes.
you buy whatever it is, $5, $10, $100, $200, it doesn't matter. Let's say you want to learn a sport, you want to learn tennis or swimming.
Yeah.
You can't learn it on YouTube, watching YouTube videos on how to do tennis. You go and enroll in a class, you buy a racket,
Yes.
you go out. So you do that. And if you can go into a learning program where you are encouraged to act. So, for example,
Mm-hmm.
all our learning programs, our online learning programs, they're not just about listening. They are
Yeah.
tasks for you to do. There are challenges for you to do. Because as soon as you learn it, you do it. Like, for example, whoever's watching this video,
Yeah.
I give you a task. Go and plant some seeds and watch it.
Yes.
Just that task. Now watch that seed grow. Plant a couple of pots. Watching that for a year, 2 years, you will have more realizations.
Yes.
Because when you do, you learn faster.
Yes. I mean, the importance of actions. Actions have changed the world, not ideas. So
Absolutely. You
absolutely.
have
You
to act.
you do hundreds
Absolutely.
of seminars and workshops, but if you don't implement that in your life, it doesn't make sense.
As in that.
So my
Absolutely.
husband attended a seminar day before yesterday, and the person who was conducting the seminar was actually selling his 4-day course in that 1-day
Yes.
seminar. And so I asked my husband, "Did you enroll for that?" He said that first I want to implement what I've learned today, and then enroll for that one, and not just one after the other. First, I have to make it an action plan out of this.
Absolutely. No, excellent. Excellent. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So the amount of wisdom you have shared with us, Yogesh, is so much. I hope the viewers and myself, we implement all of that in our daily lives. And thank you for sharing your wisdom. Thank you for time, your energy, the fact that you were so present in the moment. Um, Thanks, and I'm very grateful for that.
Thank you so much, Shagun. It was a pleasure. I think this is the tip of the iceberg. Go on an adventure from right now.
Yeah.
Start your journey. I welcome everybody to the Happy on Airway family. I believe we are a family to support each other. Just start off and don't stop. Just keep doing every day. Every day, whatever you learn, go and try it out. So whether it
Hmm.
is your career, whether it is your physical health, your mental health, there's so many tools, there's so many techniques, meditation techniques, so many
Yeah.
things which if you implement, you can really make the most of life. And I feel your life, is a beautiful gift. So
Yes.
just make the most of it.
100%, Yogesh. 100%. There's so much that everyone has to learn from you. And I hope we do another session because I feel that you still have so much to give to the audience and to everyone in general. And
Sure, I
thank you
learn
so
from
much.
everybody. I learn from everybody. And sometimes you learn from people how to be, but
Yes.
sometimes you also learn how not to be.
Yes.
So you
Yeah.
can learn from everybody. So that's what it is. But thank you very much and take care and best of luck. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Yogesh. Yeah.